What up, y'all? It's your boy E, back again with another video. Today we pulled up to Printed United Expo. It's essentially a print convention to do with all things prints. You're gonna learn everything from direct-to-garment printing, to screen printing, to vinyl printing. But in this video specifically, we're gonna actually break down the mechanics of an embroidery machine. What it costs, what it takes, and how it runs. You know we stay giving y'all free game? Now let's go learn about some embroidery. All right, guys, so we're at the trade show. We're gonna learn a little bit more about embroidery. I feel like with embroidery, I'm not as seasoned and I'm not as well-versed. So I got my boy, good-looking Gabriel here, Double G. Can you break down one of these machines for us and kind of explain what goes into it?
Let's go into it, man. I got you. So bottom line right here, everything all starts off with a head right here. Something that you're gonna see like this, generally if you're really getting started in the biz, generally a single head is always going to be a good starting point, right? But we get a lot of people into getting into something a little bit more of a multi-needle machine. You kind of see right here, you got a design. There's obviously a lot going on right here, different colors. The machine itself will pretty much switch off during the process, depending on what color corresponds to the design.
Oh, so it's like the different threads.
Exactly. If you take actually look back here, you'll see this is a 15 needle single head. So this is able to hold up to 15 different colors of thread. The needles just means the amount of colors you can really have onto it. This right here is generally like our first line or our commercial units. If you're looking at getting your basic custom apparel right there, anything from shirts, hats, polos, long sleeves, hoodies, sweatshirts, this is going to be your go-to.
And how much is this machine right here?
This one right here is going to be our new branded machine. This right here sells for $14,400 right there.
14,000.
The way you see it, exactly how it comes with. We pretty much give you the full setup to get you up and running the best way possible. You're getting all the full starter kit, all the thread that you see right here, all the needles, all going to come with it right there. You get the different, this right here, you see these plastic rings. These are what's called hoops, right? The biggest design that this machine will do is a full back piece on a jacket, pretty much a 22 by 14, so you can really go nuts.
And how long does it take to do the 22 by 14?
Depending on how detailed your design is right here, how many stitches it is, it all kinds of plays.
How much would this take?
This right here is about 77,000 stitches. If you actually look at the display panel, it gives you the accurate stitch count. You'll see this is about 77% of the way right there.
So it's been going for an hour?
No, I mean, it's got about like another hour left before it's completely done. Yeah, with the new updated, that's gonna be our new updated panel right there. I will tell you this, no other company in the biz right now has that panel. We're the first ones to unleash it. Let me tell you, if you ever use an iPhone, iPad, it's gonna be a walk in the park.
So just to take a couple steps back, so with this embroidery machine, it has 15 heads, right, or 15 needles. Yep. Essentially, each needle is its own color. So you see how this graphic right here has 1, 2, 3 different colors. So it's gonna, this teal color, it's gonna thread that needle in, and then it's gonna do the pink, and then it's gonna do the white. So whenever you're doing embroidery, you really can't do gradients like you could do with DTG. You're gonna have to do solid full colors. Now, Gabriel, good-looking Gabriel, can you explain to us what a needle count is, or the stitch count? Can you explain that process?
Yeah, so the stitch count, really all at the end of the day, it's just how many stitches the design really is. When you're actually, prior to you actually, stitching or embroidering anything, you're gonna go through what's called the digitizing process. That's super crucial in everything when it comes to embroidery. And what's funny is that about 99% of the embroiderers don't even do their own digitizing. They outsource for it. So with this,
where do they go? They go to a Jabbar bar?
They probably just go to their own digitizer. Somebody that
they go to the Jabbar bars.
Pretty much in that sense. So the way that process works, you can actually alter the design itself. You can add more stitches. You can take it amount. You can alter it depending on the size right there. At the end of the day here, the more stitches that you have on a machine, you're gonna get like a little bit more of a clearer look, obviously, right? If you're kind of short on the stitch count right there,
some look as clear.
Yeah, not only that though, but you'll kind of technically see some of like the actual like bobbins and stuff. Bobbin is like an actual thread that feeds underneath it. So if you ever actually look, for example.
Wait, so for the stitch count, right? The more stitch count there is, the longer the machine takes to process.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so depending on, so is that how like embroiderers quote jobs, is by the stitch count?
Exactly. Yep. A basic rule of thumb, again, everyone has their own way, but basic rule of thumb that I would do, let's say if you're dealing with design, something like this, small left chest piece looking for business would probably be like what, maybe 8,000, 10,000 stitches worth, right? It takes about maybe no more than 5 minutes. I always say this, for like every 1,000 stitches, you could probably charge like $1, right? Obviously everybody has their own way. And then imagine, you could charge $8 just for like the embroidery, just for the embroidery itself. You can also, charge up just for the amount for the shirts and then mark up your price from there, really.
So in terms of the embroidery business, the money isn't actually in the thread. Like this is pretty much pennies, right?
It's more so. It is the most economic thing to get right there. That's the
pennies, right? It's more so about the time that the machine takes.
Exactly, the time and the amount of thread that you could use.
Absolutely. So just to go back a little bit and break it down, whenever you're working with screen print or DTG, there's going to be a PNG file, right? And for DTG is going to be the most convenient. You can just upload the PNG and you can just press the green button and it goes. With screen print, you're going to have to color separate. Similar to that with embroidery, you're going to have to do some sort of digitizing where you take the PNG file or whatever design file it is, and you're going to have to convert it into a file that the embroidery machine can read. And how they judge that is something called stitch count. Essentially, the higher the stitch count is, the more detailed the design will come out. However, it'll also take a lot longer for the machine to actually stitch that in. Whenever you do like a cheap digitizing and you have like lower stitch count, it's gonna take the machine a lot less, but also you're gonna miss out on some of these details and the quality won't be as good.
100%.
Is that right?
100%.
Cool. So what is, from this level, right? This is the entry level. This is the hoopty, right? You're trapping out grams.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I start trapping out ounces, what machine do I need?
Doing that, you're gonna start looking into more multi-heads, which you're gonna see like right here.
And how much is this machine right here?
This one right here, this one particular one sells for $22,950.
$22,950. And it's what? What's so different about it that it's so much more expensive than that one?
Number one, higher volume production right there. If you're in the obviously in this business right there, when you start with a single head, it's great. Orders coming in, you're gonna need something to keep up with production, right? Same kind, pretty much same qualifications in the sense that it does the same embroidery area, is able to do the hats. Ideally, at the end of the day here, what separates this from this is also gives the ability to do more bulkier type items as well, while also sticking to your most basics. This is able to do things like your backpacks, duffel
because
bags,
of this space, right? What did you call this?
Like more of an open clearance area. If you actually kind of compare the two, you see how you have like the arms right here on the side. You can get away with doing like your bulky, like a jacket or so forth, but what will happen is you're gonna have to obviously kind of play with it, make sure that the jacket doesn't really, rub against the key components right there. So what this provides you is the convenience of being able to just hoop it right away, stick it in, let the machine pretty much do the rest of the work. You don't have to worry about the sleeve or the collar getting in, like stuck in one of the pieces or anything. It's a quicker process at the end of the day.
All right, so this machine is for when you're trapping out grams. This machine is when you're trapping out ounces. Do you have the pound machine? I'm a big boy. I'm moving the U-Hauls of the work. Do you have a machine for that?
Yeah, if you actually see like on the other side.
Can we go? Let's go. You know me, I like trapping out pounds. I don't like the grams. This good-looking Gabriel is saying that this is where you're trapping out the pounds. How many heads is this?
This is gonna be an 8-head machine right here.
8 heads.
Yeah, so as you can see, you're able to do 8 things at once. 8 different projects all at the same time. Obviously all work simultaneously. They all work like on the same sequence and everything, so it's not one of those things where you could do a shirt on one or you could do a hat on the other. No, it's all pretty much
So it's like bulk.
It's bulk orders. Yep, 100%.
Who is the customer that's buying this machine?
Pretty much anybody. Literally, it could be like anyone from a big business down to someone that's starting off right there that just already has a huge clientele basis. Anybody can learn these machines.
And how much is this machine?
This machine right here, let me say this big boy right here sells for about $55K right there.
$55K.
Same thing, everything comes with it though. You're getting everything that you see with it.
And this is the final product? And how many of these hats do you think this machine could knock out in an hour?
Oh, in an hour? Oh, you're usually able to do minimum 350 an hour. Right
350 hats an hour.
For something like this right there, this honestly takes about maybe like 10 minutes to do right
10
there?
10 minutes, so that's 80 minutes for 10 minutes for 8 hats. So if you did,
that's so imagine in an 8-hour time frame, the machine's able to do about a couple hundred right there.
What is 8 hours times
350.
8 hour times 6, 48 times 10, probably like 350, 400.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Imagine right there. That's a full order right there. All those bulk orders, everyone that has trouble, outsourcing and they're always having long periods of wait time.
Yeah.
Imagine you can get a full order like that, 300 hat order, one day.
If they wanted to buy this machine or buy any machines, where could they find you at?
We're headquartered here out of Miami, Florida. That's where we're based out of right here. Or if you guys ever get the chance to come by, we do come to trade shows here in Atlanta every year.
Give them your card. I want you to get the commission.
Let's do this. Y'all look.
Y'all go support my boy, good-looking Gabriel. Hey, if you trapping out grams, it's okay. If you trapping out pounds, even better. Or if you're just single and you want to take this guy on a date, that works too.
Hey, all open.